Sawadee and welcome to ASEAN Connect. Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region in southern China, with a 15 million population, is home to the biggest ethnic group of mainland China. The Zhuang ethnic people speak the Thai language, Thai spelled T-A-I, and they have been doing so for the past 3,000 years. Now, the Thai language is very close to many languages in the ASEAN region. In this episode of ASEAN Connect, we'll take you to look back at how close and how connected the people of Guangxi Zhuang and the people of ASEAN really are.
The Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region is located in southern China. Its capital is Nanning, which serves as the administrative and economic center of the region. Formerly, many ethnic groups, especially the Zhuang, settled in this area. The Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region has the largest population of the Zhuang people. The history of the Zhuang dates back to 3,000 years ago, before its settlement was occupied by the Huns, a major group of people in China. There are currently 54 million people in the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region. Most of them are the Huns. The number of the Zhuang is 18 million, accounting for 34% of the population in Guangxi. The Zhuang are China's largest ethnic group. In large cities, we can hardly distinguish the Huns from the Zhuang people, as most of the Zhuang have been assimilated by the Huns, and they have become part of the new era of Chinese society. In order to get to know more about the Zhuang people, we've visited the Guangxi Museum of Nationalities. The Chinese government spent about 250 million yuan on the construction of this museum, which is the largest and most modern in Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region. The Guangxi Museum of Nationalities displays the cultures of the 12 indigenous ethnic groups in Guangxi. It also houses countless artifacts. Zhuang is the new name adopted by the Chinese government to call 30 minority groups that speak the same Zhuang language. The Zhuang use the Taigadai language family, which is spoken by various groups in southern China, including Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, and the state of Assam in India. The Zhuang are also the owner of a major cultural asset, that is, the bronze drum, which was a symbol of early civilization in Southeast Asia before it adopted Chinese and Indian civilizations. The bronze drum has also become a common identity found widely in the mainland and islands in the ASEAN region. At least 600 bronze drums have been discovered at the settlement of the Zhuang people in the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region. They were all buried underground. Today, the Zhuang still have thousands of bronze drums for their own families and villages to perform for their age-old rites. This indicates that the Zhuang attached great importance to bronze drums. It can be said that they are the owner of the bronze drum culture. Although other ethnic groups also have their own bronze drums, the number of the drums is not as many as that owned by the Zhuang. In order to prove the antiquity of the Zhuang culture, we've come to the Mingjiang River in Ningning County, which is about 180 kilometers from Nanning. The area is near the Vietnamese border. On the limestone valley along the Mingjiang riverbank, these paintings were created by the Zhuang in ancient times. They are around 1,800 to 2,500 years old. The Zhuang call this rock art site Design Valley, which means the valley full of colorful rocks. There are similar paintings found in 70 areas in Guangxi within a radius of 200 kilometers. But the color paintings here are the largest of all, and they are also recognized for their beauty. The largest rock painting here is 44 meters high and 170 meters long. It comprises 1,900 images featuring various postures of humans. The sizes of paintings are varied, ranging from 30 centimeters to 3 meters. The paintings of bronze drums have also been found here. They are believed to have been used in the rites related to local beliefs. These paintings provide us with knowledge about the formation and development of the old culture of the Zhuang people. This culture influences the local beliefs that have been passed on to the present generation. Today, the Zhuang people in the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region are divided into two major groups, Northern Zhuang and Southern Zhuang. The sounds and vocabulary of the Zhuang language are different in each locality because of geographical and historical factors. Wuming County is about 26 kilometers from Nanning. It has a population of about 700,000, and the Zhuang account for 86% of the population here. Wuming is known as a major cultural center of northern Zhuang. As more local people use the northern Zhuang dialect than that of the southern Zhuang, the northern Zhuang dialect then was adopted as the common language of this tribal group. Today, the accent of northern Zhuang in Wuming County is also regarded as the standard accent in Zhuang script. The Chinese government intends to develop the economy of Wuming, especially in terms of tourism. In this regard, Zhuang culture and local natural tourist attractions are used as magnets for tourists. The popular Yiling Cave in Wuming County is rated 4As on China's national tourism scale. Yiling Cave is about 1 kilometer long. It is full of stalagmites and stalactites, which were formed at least 1 million years ago. Because of its beauty, Yiling Cave is also referred to as an underground palace. The area around the outer part of the cave features a display of Zhuang culture. It provides tourists with better understanding about the history, way of life, and the livelihoods of the Zhuang people in the past. Each year on March the 3rd, a great number of people gather at Yiling Cave to join the Double Third Festival. The event began after the government had announced the designation of Zhuang culture as intangible cultural heritage on March the 3rd, 2014. About 70 kilometers from Nanning, visitors will see the picturesque scenery of a Zhuang village, which is located on the lakeside, surrounded by mountains in Sanling. Guming is the village where the Zhuang have well preserved their age-old way of life, which still remains almost the same as that during the Qing Dynasty period when the village was established. There are together 138 families in this village, with a population of 500. All local residents still lead their simple way of life in accordance with the lifestyle of rural citizens in China. The Zhuang's 100-year-old houses here are made of wood and clay. The walls are constructed with a combination of several ingredients, such as loess, sticky rice, lime, and glutinous material. It is hardly to believe that these houses have remained standing for over 100 years. The architectural features of this community are based on the philosophy and culture of the Zhuang, who strictly uphold their traditional practices. There is a small platform in the middle of each house to receive rainwater flowing from the roof in 4 directions. According to the beliefs of the Zhuang people, this will bring happiness and good health to all people living in the house. Among the Zhuang people, there is a strong sense of high respect for the souls of their ancestors, as they believe that the souls will help protect their children and grandchildren and bring about happiness. Each family places an altar in the hall of the house for use to worship their ancestors. In the middle of the altar, there is a piece of red paper with written names of ancestors in each period. The sign showing the names of ancestors is also placed there. The jawstick pot is placed below and will be used when an act of worship is performed. Guming villagers are engaged mainly in producing star anise, one of the Chinese popular spices. They plant star anise around their village. The plant will be collected and dried before being sold. The production of noodles is another main occupation engaged by many local families. The flour made from sweet potato will be cooked in hot water before being dried on bamboo racks. Then it will be sliced into noodles like this. But this family is the only one in the village that is engaged in producing local liquor, which is not considered illegal in China. Rice will be cooked before being dried to reduce heat in it. Then the rice will be fermented with yeast in a jar for 2 to 3 weeks. After that, it will be boiled or distilled. Here, local liquor can be produced from both rice and sticky rice. The steps of making the two kinds of liquor are different. Although local liquor is low cost, they have created higher value to agricultural products for villagers here. Affectionately known as Uncle, this senior citizen is 93 years old. He is the oldest man in the village. He told us about changes in the way of life of local people here, especially those concerning the culture of rice farming. The Zhuang people were closely related to rice cultivation since ancient times. Today, this culture has disappeared from the village, as most young people have opted to live in the city. Older persons have therefore been left to remain in their traditional lifestyle. Unfortunately, large rice fields have also been abandoned. Only a small amount of vegetables is still grown for consumption in the family. The Zhuang are an ethnic group in the Taigadai language family. Many words used in the Zhuang in the daily life have the same meaning as those in the Thai language. Although many of their vocabularies are similar, Thai and Zhuang people can communicate at only a basic level. This is because the Zhuang in subsequent periods were largely influenced by the Chinese language. As for Thais, They adopted Pali and Sanskrit languages to a great extent. Therefore, Zhuang and Thai people can hardly communicate on a deeper level. Statistics complied by the Chinese government in 2014 show that villagers here were poor. The per capita income was less than 2,100 yuan. Today, Guming Village has received a major boost from the government, which launched a cultural tourism village project here in 2015. Private companies have come to carry out development projects in this village, such as landscape improvement and the construction of a tourist center and hotels. These projects have generated employment for local villagers who have also earned more income from renting their plots of land for development projects. As a result, changes were clearly seen in the first year of project implementation. Local people's quality of life has significantly improved. The statistics also indicate that local villagers bought 12 new houses in the city and 6 new cars. Each tourist wanting to enter here must pay an entrance fee of 30 yuan. Part of the proceeds from the sale of tickets will go to the local villagers. By so doing, local residents here have earned income on a continual basis. This excludes their earnings from selling various locally made products to tourists. Today, each local resident earns 10,000 yuan a year on average. The government believes that the Guming village will become a model for other villages that have great tourism potential in the Guangxi-Zhuang Autonomous Region. In this regard, tourism innovation will be developed to help in house building, employment generation, business creation, and pension agreements. Moreover, it will also contribute to income distribution. The use of tourism industry as a tool to improve local people's quality of life is comparable to an express bus to transport the Zhuang people along the road moving towards the destination that will pull them out of poverty in the future.
Due to the common culture, language, and heritage background, the Chinese government decided that the Guangxi-Zhuang Autonomous Region should be the gateway to ASEAN, not to mention how geographically connected these two regions are, believing that it is much easier to develop a relationship if the people share a common background. We'll see you again next time in ASEAN Connect. Until then, สวัสดีครับ